I love a good video game mystery. I love a good video game discovery because there's so much that goes into making video games and there's so much that comes out of it. Even years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, people are always making new discoveries and people are always making YouTube videos about it. Like, for example, Oddheader's brand new video, who I absolutely love this channel and I'm really excited. So let's have a look, see what new discoveries have been made.
Halo Infinite. Halo
that's
Infinite
a new,
came out
that's a new game.
Last year as the long-awaited next-gen installment in Bungie's popular first-person shooter franchise. Players everywhere like myself were excited to play the game cooperatively with a friend, just as every Halo has ever allowed before.
Oh, this is a massive controversy. This is a huge controversy. When Halo Infinite came out, there was no split-screen co-op because Halo players love split-screen. It is like their #1 thing. They love it more than crack cocaine, not ecstasy, I don't think. It came out with none of that, and people were very upset about that. Especially a lot of YouTubers, I think like Mudaha,
ever not to come
some ordinary gamers is really upset about that too.
Which was honestly bold, considering it's been a staple of the series. And plus fans were promised that every
looks like Oddheader is also a Halo fan that was upset that there was no split screen.
Halo installment will include even local on-the-couch co-op after backlash following Halo 5's release without the feature. Although that one...
God, I miss split screen too. I'm just realizing that I used to sit in a room with 4 people and we used to play split screen and we used to say no screen looking, and I remember this one situation where my friend got genuinely angry with me. He got upset. He was pissed because he was like, "You're screen looking," and I was like, "I wasn't screen looking." He's like, "Well, there's no way you could have known I was there if you weren't screen looking." And I was like, "Well, listen, maybe in the corner of my eye I might have saw it, but like, there's nothing I can do about that." And he got pissed and he went home. He got so mad.
At least had online co-op. Though online co-op was finally added to the game in the winter update in November, developer 343 crushed everyone.
Oh, there's no co-op either.
Split-screen co-op to the game were canceled in favor of allocating more resources elsewhere. What? However, Zenny IC on Twitter discovered by
Oddheader was pissed about this.
Another friend is online, starting the mission, then joining their online friend's party as soon as the game says it's loading the map. You could then leave the party, connect a second controller profile, start the match, and suddenly you would be loaded in the campaign with split screen and a second Master Chief, revealing that local co-op is still in the game after all, making it all the more baffling why they would choose to cancel the local co-op in the first place.
Oh damn! The real split screen was the friends we made along the way. So it is actually in the game. They probably just didn't finish the bug fixing with it. They got like 90% of the way there. And this happens all the time with video games. They'll get like 90% of the way on something and then just run out of time and have to cut it for other stuff. It's really messy. So that's what happens when you have a bad project manager that isn't managing projects the way that projects deserve to be managed.
It's just a huge pain in the ass to get to every time. 343 seriously thought they could deny us of local co-op. Well, we found it. So take that. Seriously, what the f were these guys thinking? 343,
yeah, he's right.
Please make this an official feature in the game.
Yeah, you suck, 343. Sorry,
2,
that was mean.
Silent
Sorry.
Assassin. Thanks to KickHuz for submitting this discovery on the Oddheader Discord. Silent Assassin is the second installment in the Hitman series released in 2002 by Danish developer IO Interactive. The game is much more stealth-oriented than the previous installment, though it appears one of the developers was...
You ever see a bold man in a suit crawling through a sewer?
A new discovery was found for the first time this year. As KickHuz noticed on the mission St. Petersburg Revisited, there appeared to be some sort of red text and an image on the wall in the distance, but that it would disappear as soon as they moved closer to investigate what it might say.
What if you could use a free cam? What if you could do like a boundary out of bounds kind of thing and just use a free cam to go forward and see what it is?
My friend and hacker Slippy Slides to investigate it, and he was able to hack the game to force the mystery graffiti to stay put when the player was up close, and managed to find for the first...
All right, chat, what does it say? No, I paused at the wrong part. I was gonna make a prediction, damn it. It says death to the legal... DQT? Bot? What?
2 decades after the game's release, that the text read "Death to the Legal Department," accompanied by a drawing of a skull.
Death to the legal department? Bro, this dude hates lawyers. Dude, you think he's like went through the divorce court? I can't believe they made me give away my kids. This is crazy. All I did was do drunk driving 3 times.
The message also says "Ov ov ov," which doesn't seem to mean anything in Danish as far as Google Translate can tell me. Not sure why the developers had a bone to pick with the legal department, though it does.
Any Danes in chat?
By the legal
Any
team
Danes?
to remove something. Whatever it is, it's a shame it ended up removed from the game. Though it must have been pretty awesome if they wanted to wish death on the legal department over it. Jeez.
Honestly, I agree. Death to the legal department. Sanitarium. Whoa! Whoa! What is all this? This is like 1980s gonna screw with your mind type B. What's happening here?
Oddheader Discord. Sanitarium is a psychological horror point-and-click adventure and one of my favorite games ever. Released in 1998 for Windows. Sanitarium opens on a man who makes a phone call claiming he's found the answer.
This is like a personal baby for him, isn't it? He loves this game, and I don't think anyone else has ever heard of it. Everyone has those personal babies of games that you used to play when they were a little weird that nobody else has ever heard of.
Before driving off a cliff in a
I used to play a game in first school that was these little potato heads that used to just jump around a map, and you had to like make pizza for these weird little monster things, and you have to help the little potato heads get over a bridge or something like that. And I used to love that game, and I couldn't find it. I don't know what it's called anymore. I can't find it. It was called like Meebles or something like that. Anyway, everyone has those games. No one knows what they are.
Who he is or why he's there. While Sanitarium is full of disturbing mysteries, one short eye revealed a
Zoom beanies? Wait, is that actually what it is? Oh my god, that was the bridge. Oh my god, this was the pizza! Oh my god, this is it! Zoom beanies! Zoom beanies maths journey! Wait, my childhood love of Potato Head game was a maths fun time adventure? The whole time I was tricked into learning? I used to love making the pizzas for the fella. I didn't know how to do it, but
new discovery in the game that
I was tricked into learning.
Defy explanation, as one short eye revealed an Easter egg that was found for the first time in 23 years when support was recently made to run the game on the Scum VM emulator, allowing the game to be played on a new array of platforms. As when the player gets to Chapter 7, the Morgan Cemetery, if you were to walk up to some trees and press Control and left click, which is a button combo never normally used in the game, a dancing spork with a face jumps out to perform for you, I guess? The fork? I'm completely at a loss here. Clicking on Sporky triggers a few of the protagonist's standard responses, but clicking on it a few more times reveals the line, "Burn, baby, burn," which doesn't seem to be a normal line in the game, and it's speculated by some like one short eye to be recorded.
I wonder what drug the developer was on when they did this. Honestly, to be fair, they could have been stone cold sober and just like very bored.
By an entirely different voice actor. But I think my voice would sound different too if I happened upon an anthropomorphic spork getting down with itself. No other dancing sporks have ever been found in the game, as one would probably
But there's
assume.
got to be more, right?
Crazy things that the protagonist sees in this game. Sporky here may just take the cake for the weirdest of them all.
What's that all about?
2. Thanks to Gunyosha for submitting this discovery on the Oddheader Discord. Titanfall 2 is the 2016 sci-fi first-person shooter game developed by Respawn Entertainment.
And also, a very underrated game. Everybody just thought, oh, like it's knockoff Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It's not that interesting. But the single player, actually pretty good.
Highly successful Apex Legends. In March of this year, the game's narrative historian David Bartle tweeted there's an Easter egg in the game's campaign that no one's found yet. And after the comments claiming he was lying came in, he gave out a hint. I booted the game, loaded the closest checkpoint, got to the place, repeated certain action a lot, and bam, open sesame. Pretty vague hint, which had some thinking it might be a few weeks or
Wait, is that a developer that said that? Oh, that's fun. Yo, if a developer just leaves trails like that, he's like, hey, this is something you guys haven't found yet. You should go and check it out. If you do this, maybe you'll find something. That's cool. I like leaving breadcrumbs like that. That's awesome.
As many people continue to ask for more hints. Then, only 16 hours later, Next tweeted that by doing the time swap maneuver 88 times outside this door, they got it to open and found a zombie dude doing the splits across some tables.
Bro,
well, turns out
what a way to go.
Times outside this door is a reference to the DeLorean having to hit 88 miles per hour.
88 miles an hour!
In the future. And this dude here is a reference to the 1994 sci-fi Jean-Claude Van Damme film Time Cop, where he does the splits in this classic scene to avoid being electrocuted when being ambushed in his own home. Jean-Claude Van Damme
he's
doing
so...
the splits
Well, I mean, clearly it didn't work this time, did it?
Move of the martial artist, which as you can see, he looked pretty Van Damme good when doing it. Unlike this guy.
Seriously, Jesus Christ!
Ratchet & Clank, Size Matters. Thanks to Cyclone Joker and Cuptuff for submitting this discovery through oddheader.com. Ratchet & Clank Size Matters is the 6th installment in the series, released in 2007 on the PlayStation 4.
God, I loved Ratchet & Clank. I never played the new one, but I played like the original 3, and it was absolutely awesome. They need to make more games like this. I mean, the new Ratchet & Clank was a big success, wasn't it?
Bolts hidden throughout each level that the player can collect, except one of these bolts in the dream level is extremely difficult to obtain, as the player has to shoot their weapon at a seemingly random spot that teleports them to another part of the level, and if they fail to collect the bolt while warping, they must restart the level. However, it turns out the developers left an extremely obscure hint on how to collect this bolt that was finally discovered for the first time this year, as if the player were to remain idle for an entire minute near this giant crab without shooting it, the game will say attack its weak point for massive damage. The hint is actually a reference...
That's the crab! That's the crab meme, isn't it? Attack its weak point for massive damage?
From 2006, when at E3 that year, during the Sony conference, a representative touted the historical accuracy of Genji Days of the Blade.
Oh yeah, as the guy said this too. This history game is very historically accurate. We have went to painstaking lengths to make sure that this game represents the exact representative historical accuracy-ness.
Based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan.
Only as
These
soon as the game
actually
started,
took
he was
place.
immediately met with a giant enemy crab ready to whoop some ass, because that definitely happened in ancient Japan.
No, it is. I mean, the reason why there's no more giant crabs is because they were hunted to extinction by the samurai.
Says,
Attack its weak point for massive damage.
which is exactly the same as his newfound Ratchet and Clank Ken.
Really?
Well, that could have
You
been
attack
more
the
helpful,
boss's weak
and the
point?
joke would have been more relevant too if it didn't take 15
Crazy.
years to figure it out. 15 years later, and this guy's still not living.
Who's gonna sit there next to a giant frog and not attack it for a minute straight? What do you think the players just sit there and look at the null bolt and pick their nose or something?
Attack its weak point for massive damage.
Rogue
Based.
Legacy 2. Thanks to Shotgun for submitting this mystery on the OnHeader Discord. Rogue Legacy 2 originally released in 2020 early access as the second entry in the series by Cellar Games, the indie development team founded by brothers Kenny and Teddy Lee. The platformer dungeon crawler series is credited with kicking off the roguelite subgenre, paving the way for
love
other
roguelite
popular
games
titles
now.
such as Hades. In Rogue Legacy,
Hades is a
players
great game. I've been loving the roguelike card games. I played Slay the Spire, I played Monster Train. They're really
pick the way
good. They're a
for
lot of fun.
procedurally generated dungeons, fighting enemies, and finding treasure. But Shotgun found something unexpected in the Void Beast Murmur dungeon that seems clear the developer didn't want anyone to find. As in the room, faintly in the background audio is what sounded like some gibberish whispering, which Shotgun thought sounded like a backwards message. True to their theory,
gonna say,
Shotgun
play it
reversed
backwards.
the audio and found it was indeed a backwards message.
What is it gonna say? It's gonna say attack the weak point for massive
Though
damage.
it certainly wasn't what they were expecting to hear. As it turns out, it said,
Hey man, it's okay. Listen, I'm here for you. We all go through problems and issues like that. Well, to be fair, that one's not so bad. If it's just hamburgers. Now, if it was cheeseburgers, then you'd have a massive issue. But it's just hambies, so it's all right. Whoa, no, see, that's a much bigger issue. That implies that you're not sharing your hamburgers with your wife and child, which is going to lead to massive family issues and divorce court in the future. Hold on a second, a double baconator with chili cheese fries? No, that's a good order. I like that. That's a good order.
Thanks for sharing. Not sure why the developer used a message
That's
like this for
hilarious,
creepy
man.
audio,
That's
but
awesome.
having your wife find out about something like this is a truly horrifying thought.
Delicious.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, you know, he was waiting to make that skit. He was like, no, babe. We got to order Wendy's today. I need it for a video. It's a business expense. I need a double baconator, and I need a large chili
Deception.
fries
Thanks
too.
to Winking
It's for a
Craft
video.
submitting this discovery to me on onheader.com. 2004's Mortal Kombat Deception is the sixth main installment in Midway's famous fighting franchise, released on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. Series co-creator Ed Boon said he wanted to make the game unpredictable. Though hacker Ermacker made a recent discovery, I doubt Boon himself
Hacker Ermacker? That's an awesome name. He did that on purpose, didn't he?
predicted anyone to find in the year 2022. As Ermacker discovered just this year, 18 years after the game's release, a lost stage in the code called Catacombs, spelled with a K of course, was able to be restored and shown off here. The Catacombs appear to be a stone
It looks
temple
super
atop a
glitchy.
snow-capped mountain.
It's probably not
with a
finished.
reflective floor flickering as disembodied moans add an ambience to the environment. Creepy.
No, that's
Looks
just the
like
developers that are stuck in crunch and having to finish this one level. That's the disembodied moans of abused employees.
capital K, of course. Even more capital K creepy is what Ermacker found along with the level, as when zooming out to view the entire stage, you can see a giant mouth with sharp teeth race through the floor. Is that an Alaskan bullworm? Whatever giant creature these chompers belong to. It's
That's the visual representation of their boss that is making them do
pretty
crunch.
certain you wouldn't have wanted to get anywhere near it. As some Mortal Kombat fans think this worm mouth looks like it could have been used for fatalities on this level, and they may be on.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Considering some of the over-the-top fatalities in this game almost appear to be a parody of the series itself. Considering all the insane fatalities that made it into the game, a giant carnivorous worm coming out of the floor to chomp players to bits may have actually been cut for being too predictable. Pardon me, that's carnivorous with a K. Aviary
Yeah, please get it right.
Attorney. Thanks to the
What?
Cloud for
Aviator
submitting this discovery
Attorney?
on onheader.com. 2015's Aviary
Oh my, yes, I seem to be a bird. Oh, good, jolly good show. I also seem to be a bird. What is
Capcom's
this?
popular Ace Attorney series, set in 1848 Paris following a bird defense lawyer. The game is animated using the public domain works of French caricature artist J.J. Granville, who depicted French nobility as animals in the 19th century. True Cloud was playing the game when they hacked it to have vertical resolution and discovered something that they weren't meant to find, which reveals a secret message from the developer. What is this? Some sort of meta joke? But the only people who ever read this will be Snoopy modders. Modders? It's a future thing. You wouldn't understand. Well, apparently the future is now, and we're pretty Snoopy.
That's what the characters are saying? Damn. No, I like to think that that was not developers and that the AI has gained sentience and they know and they're coming for you now. They're coming. They're on their way. They're at your
Although
door.
modders might have been a foreign concept to 1848 Parisian animals, they were correct about a modder finding the message in the future, 7 years after the game's release. In true aviary attorney fashion, you just need a bird's eye view of the game to find it.
Hey, got him! How is a bird gonna be a defense lawyer? I'm sorry, Your Honor. My representative could not have done the murder because he was at home at the time. And how would he even get there? And then the judge turns and he says, well, he's a bird. He could have flown there. And there, your defense is completely broken and busted.
Attacking Sagetta 2.
Seems like it'd be really hard to be a bird defense attorney.
Bob Will Never Die, Petrosky, Shopmations, Console Action, and Something Manfred's many of these discoveries on the Oddheader Discord.
The hell is
Attacking
this?
Sagetta 2 is a game I previously covered in my 7 most mysterious video games video that's so bewildering and seemingly broken that no one has ever managed to beat the first level. The game's
That's by design. It's just really hard. It's the Dark Souls of Vimeo games.
Depicts robots sent to Earth to fight crime, enslaving humans and turning them evil. Yet the game looks like this. Hints on the developer's website also imply there's more to the game than meets the eye. But when I covered the game back in February, not one of
The developer is just sitting there with an absolutely massive brain being way too smart for any of us.
15 trophies had ever been obtained by any player since the game first appeared in the PlayStation Store in 2016.
Is this just a joke?
That is, until this year, when A1R Pun let me know they
Bro made an entire game that no one can beat. Was that on purpose, or did they just suck at making games?
Mini game right after my video was published, which they did on PS5 with the help of a map created by their friend Lazy and their co-player Rudy calling out directions as they went, thus making A1R Pun the first person to make any progress in this game whatsoever for the first time since the game came out 6 years ago, proving that the game might
I'm beginning to think that maybe just nobody bought this game.
Impossible. Although the game lags so bad on the PlayStation 4 version, the achievement appears it would have been impossible on the console it was originally released on. Well, now we only have 14 trophies to go, and we still need to beat the first level. Hopefully we can do it soon enough, as multiple members on my Discord have discovered that
what a
Nice
weird game!
Developer page
How
included an announcement for Attacking Sagetta 3.
3? He made another one? And then thought, oh, you know what? I should probably make a third one too. You know, people are really clawing for that. What does he spend his time? Are people buying this?
Let's hope we can actually get past 1% of the game this time, before they come out with Attacking Sagetta 4. Metal Gear Solid 3.
Why is there so many of them?
Snake Eater. 2004's Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is considered by many fans the best in the influential stealth series, and one of the greatest works of
I
game
still
director
need to play an
Hideo
MGS
Kojima,
game.
which means it also has
heard that
an
they're
endless
so
string of
good.
bizarre moments, such as when for some reason at a point in the game you climb a ladder for 2 minutes straight, while the game's music theme randomly plays.
With darkness and silence through the night.
Is this done yet? At least looking at the top looks trippier.
Oh my god, no way. I know that MGS is really bad for having like really long cutscenes. Is this some kind of artistic thing? I mean, Kojima did end up going to make a Death Stranding, so...
But you can skip the ladder sequence by using what's known as the food sip glitch. The complicated series of inputs that involves equipping various weapons and food items and continuously pressing up while pausing and restarting the game, which causes Snake to T-pose and get shot right into the air, which can be used to get to the top of the ladder in about 5 seconds.
What? Oh my god. Oh yeah, no, you can skip the really long ladder that is 3 minutes long and you have to listen to the video game theme. You just need to do a very, very complicated set of inputs and button instructions while in your inventory, and then you'll T-pose and get shot into the air. Duh.
It's flat.
Of course.
Although it took my friend and collaborator Slippy Sites forever to get it to work. Not just because the glitch is incredibly hard to trigger, but also because it's incredibly hard to land.
That's how I climb ladders in real life.
Without dying. So while I'm not exactly sure how time-saving this is for most players, it's still a hell of a lot more satisfying that after 18 years, we finally have a way up this ladder than just holding up for 2 minutes straight.
Kojima's watching this and crying right now.
Is this over yet?
Artistic integrity, man.
And thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video.
Let's go, War Thunder! Woo! I think that was the last one. Oh yeah, that was the last one. Well, thank you, War Thunder, for sponsoring Odd Header. That was very nice of you. And also thank you to you for subscribing to Odd Header like that. Boom, just like that that button. Hit that subscribe button. That was really cool. What was your favorite one? Mine was the fact that they put split screen in Halo Infinite and just didn't tell anyone. That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the second channel already because we are almost at 100,000 subscribers. Thank you.